30% of this has been restored and 70% is still buried.
Every year, 2 million tourists visit Guatemala.
There is one baby.
Yes, it's a skyscraper.
Oh my.
Many come to see the Mayan pyramids.
This represents the sun. This represents the moon.
More tourists come to Tikal than any other Guatemalan site, and a number are members from one particular group. And you're from?
We're from Utah.
Utah, fantastic. The Church of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormon Church.
The sites we will see are things that are talked about in the Book of Mormon. It gives us a better appreciation for the things that we're reading when we see what the country was like.
Absolutely. Some Mormons believe their ancestors migrated from the Holy Land to Mesoamerica and built some of the pyramids.
There they are. There's Carol. Because we're here in what we would call the East Wilderness of the Book of Mormon, I just want to share a scripture that took place in the East Wilderness. We come to study and learn about the ancient cultures, the history, their customs, everything we can about them that might help us understand the Book of Mormon better.
Do you think that if more sites were to open like this, would that present more of an opportunity for you? Do you think more people would come?
I think it would. It has to be sites that people are going to be willing to come to.
Guatemala has a site that's older and larger than Tikal, El Mirador. It's located in the Maya Biosfera Reserve, a protected swathe of rainforest that covers 20% of the country.
I feel very lucky that we're not doing a 2-day hike. Thanks for the lift.
Archaeologists didn't start seriously excavating here until the late 70s. Brigham Young University, a Mormon institution, funded the first dig. Richard Hansen, the director of El Mirador's archaeological project and a devout Mormon, first arrived with those early excavation projects.
It's very peaceful.
This is a house, a late classic house. Here's the walls. And you're looking at the doorway right there. The whole cosmology of the Maya is right here. Right there, that's the original plaster. So they plastered over the stone and there's a remodeling project.
Why? Because it wasn't trendy anymore.
Well, I'm convinced that whenever there's a remodeling project, there's a woman involved.
It's too remote here to attract the same number of tourists Tikal does. So Hansen spent the last 20 years trying to change that.
But we put a miniature train going through the jungle on the ancient causeways, no less.
He has plans to build a privately managed resort with hotels, restaurants, and guided tours. After decades of chasing funding and political support, this may finally be his year.
Oh, so beautiful! How old is this man-made mountain?
2,200 years old.
How many people come here and why aren't there more?
Well, it's a 2 to 3 day hike one way in here. It's pretty rugged to get in here, or you take a helicopter, which takes a lot of money. If we put roads in here, the narcos will control them. The only thing that we found that works, that's sustainable, is a miniature train. You don't cut a single tree, you go around them, and you go on the ancient causeways. And man, you see the opposition against that. That imperialist gringo, he wants to get rich off of us. These people are so, they don't see the way that, that's one of my criticisms of the Guatemalans. There's no vision.
Hansen says his main goal is to protect the forest, but his plan would disrupt a program already doing that. The Forestry Concessions Program lets local communities live in the reserve in exchange for protecting it. They work in carpentry and sustainable logging, planting more trees than they cut down, which accounts for more than 80% of their revenue. Hansen's proposal would ban those industries.
Uno habla con Richard ahorita, se da la mano aquí, Richard se da la vuelta y el rato está diciendo lo contrario de lo que...
Es la gestión política que se tiene que hacer, pelear los derechos de la comunidad, puestas claras, bien elaboradas, para poder convencerlos. Este gobierno es de mucha imparcialidad.
El día de mañana que aquí en Carmita hay un tren mucha, pero ni los guías van a tener trabajo de guías.
Since the concession program started in 1996, there's been almost no deforestation in the concession communities. They also protect Hansen's Mirador area, where there's been zero tree cover loss. Concession contracts are up for renewal every 25 years, and the Guatemalan government is about to start reviewing some of them. That presents an opportunity for Hansen to make his plan a reality, as his would-be resort overlaps with several. If he succeeds, people here say they'll lose their livelihood. What does the name Richard Hansen mean to you and the community?
Es un tema aquí bien algo complicado. Habla de que él es el que beneficia a toda la comunidad y en realidad pues es una gran mentira. Que quiere que dejar a las comunidades afuera y como que solo contratarnos como empleados, ya no como protagonistas del proceso. Bueno, yo aquí nací y si no, no los cuidamos, nosotros como comunitarios tendríamos que salir al área central y sería un total desastre.
We're having some unexpected visitors, we being the Vice News crew. Hansen threw us the curveball, really, that he'd also invited Guatemalan congressmen to join our tour.
Ustedes son los dueños de una joya incomparable. Ok, ven para acá, porfa. Es barato, el trencito es barato. No es gran cosa, pero simple y se puede controlar. Turismo.
Lleva avanzado.
Bueno, hemos tocado muchas puertas para ver si hay interés, pero nadie quiere ponerlo si van a continuar las concesiones. Imagínense la bomba para el gobierno. Y ustedes, si ustedes forman el primer santuario cultural y natural en toda América Latina.
Hansen needs to change Guatemalan law to reclassify El Mirador from a national park to a wilderness area, to ban logging and allow private development so he can build his resort. Cultivating relationships with these Guatemalan congressmen gets him one step closer to that goal.
Bienvenido, bienvenido.
Qué bueno, felicitaciones. Qué bueno.
Mire, lo raro es que suben todos juntos y se mueren todos juntos. Vamos a hacer una pequeña oración, pero estamos
acá de todo lo que esto puede traer de recursos, de todo tipo de gente que venga, turismo.
Hay mucho que ver, mucho que ver. I've been talking for 40 years about the importance of conservation, but now it's gratifying to see that they listen to the message. We don't want to do away with the concessions. They're functioning. They've served to slow down deforestation. Let's keep those concessions there.
And
we support the concession model. But this tree would be worth more standing than it would be cut. That's the difference.
The key, so it's said, to the success of the concessions is they have a long-term stake in this thing. They're not just employed by somebody. Can you match or better that sort of stake for the local people?
Of course, because the tourism can generate so much more money than the logging can.
Will they have a stake?
Why not?
Is that included in the
you're
proposal?
An entrepreneur. You want to build a $5 million hotel and turn it over to the local campesino and give him $5 million? That doesn't work in the real world.
An accusation, another one that people are throwing around, that for better or for worse, your faith as a member of the LDS is somehow fundamental to your vision.
I think some of my colleagues that are Catholic must be looking for the Holy Cross in their sights. Is that asinine? What does my faith have to do with this?
Because people really think that this Mesoamerica and Mayan ruins represent sort of pilgrimage for a lot of Mormons.
No. A lot of Mormons like to come down here, but that's not my agenda at all. Never has been.
And it's obviously going to cost a hell of a lot of money. But that leads us to the bill.
Okay.
It's exciting, right?
Well, I am the architect of the bill.
That bill, which would fund Hansen's park with US taxpayer dollars, is called the Mirador-Calakmul Basin Maya Security and Conservation Partnership Act. Republican Senator Jim Inhofe is its main sponsor. A passionate anti-environmentalist, he isn't interested in saving the forest.
We keep hearing that 2014 has been the warmest year on record. You know what this is? It's a snowball.
Instead, Inhofe told Vice News he likes the proposal because it would stem immigration to the US. That's 60 million in the bill.
Right.
Would help kickstart this and would get things running.
Exactly. Now, that 60 million also opens up another 60 million from the BCIE bank.
So it would be matched. So we would have 120 million.
$120 million. But that money would go to the government to do the infrastructure they need to do to make things happen. In the meantime, with the other 60 million, we know exactly what we're doing.
The US Senate bill has worried many Guatemalans who are against Hansen's plan.
He goes to the United States to be the figure representing a national problem, and he just reflecting his own ideas.
Groups like the Guatemalan Archaeological Association have partnered with the concession communities to lobby the Guatemalan government to stop Hansen's plan.
All Guatemalan archaeologists are very concerned that, unlikely most archaeologists, he has not published many of his interpretations and data. And he has devoted a lot of time in matters outside archaeology. Tourism, community development, marketing, even engineering.
Hansen told Vice News he has 83 peer-reviewed publications, but several archaeologists who analysed his CV for us say it's actually a fraction of that.
As a Guatemalan archaeologist, how does it feel? What's it like to have a foreigner, an American, come and preside over one of the most significant Mayan sites in development?
So I don't see any problem of having somebody like Richard Hansen directing such a large project, but we don't see a very genuine Guatemalan involvement in the decision-making of the future of a place like El Mirador. So I hope that we can sort of retake that road and have more Guatemalans participating in this.
What do you think his motivations are?
I won't question that he wishes the best for the Petén in Guatemala. Why El Mirador has been so successful is because Richard Hansen has presented the site in the area as something spectacular, which we will not deny that. But he has made all these claims that we as scientists think he exaggerates. The largest pyramid in the world, the oldest state in the Americas. Then when you start using the information then you start becoming something else and not an archaeologist.
Why do you think other archaeologists are coming out and speaking out against you?
Because they're trying to stop this.
Why?
They think this is their idea. Hansen became famous, which is because of the sites.
Yeah.
Therefore, if I take over the site, I'll be famous. We're changing the entire destiny of a country positively. Greater economic impact and greater conservation. Logging in a tropical forest is not sustainable.
Now, everyone involved with the concession system, from the government to the implementing bodies to the data organizations, swear blind that concession logging here is sustainable. If this is world-renowned organizations providing this data, then who can we trust?
I agree. It's disheartening.
You're really saying that there's a lot of disinformation?
Of course. It's astonishing because it's almost on an institutional level.
In the end, it may not matter who is spreading the misinformation. Guatemala's new president has already expressed interest in Hansen's proposal. That, combined with the expiring concession contracts and growing US and Guatemalan congressional support, means that after 20 years, Hansen might just get the park of his dreams.
Nuestro objetivo es aumentar la prosperidad, incrementar la conservación y mejorar el mundo.